I'm gonna go live.
Okay, the dues. Lefty, that's you, so you give your treasury report. There's a cannabis convention in AC on September 18th and 19th. I will see what kind of passes I can get for that, for anybody that's interested. Okay, I don't know if, how many. Um, but
That's
let me know.
NECAN.
I'm sorry?
That's NECAN, September 18th and 19th.
Right.
And then there's the dispensary takeover on, I believe, October 17th, maybe, at the Showboat.
I have no idea what that is.
The Showboat Casino.
Is that in Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the hotels.
Okay. So then keep that like for like the next agenda when we get closer, so it doesn't get lost. Um,
I have
okay,
my
what's
volume
next?
down.
The press conference. You want
Is
to do
there
the
one
press
more?
conference on the 27th, right?
Yes.
I apologize for being silent here, but I thought we were all being silent, avoiding the echo, and I just had my sound turned down, so I thought I would have been taking part minutes earlier.
My apologies. I can't get this fixed.
You hear the echo, right?
Oh, I hear it.
Okay. I don't echo. Liz echoes.
Is it me too? Just Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's me. It wasn't before.
Because Sue's not echoing. I'm not echoing.
Kathy's not echoing.
That would be odd if you
Hey, Kathy.
say hello twice. Hi. Yeah, I've decided when I'm really high, instead of saying I'm really high, it's stupid. But when I want to explain that, I'm going to refer to it as hi. Hi. Oh man, I'm hi.
You're hi.
Yeah, I don't care how stupid. Oh, for you it sounds like hi. With the echo, that's pretty cool.
Hi.
But because the other day I tried to achieve that, and I kind of did. I mean, I don't ever get that kind of high anymore. It's just my optimum seems to be way lower. But then I just felt like it, and I achieved.
All right, the next thing on the agenda was the press conference, and now I'm hearing an echo.
I hear you as an echo.
I don't hear your echo, and I don't hear my echo. Do I have
No,
an
you're
echo?
clear, but now
When-
I have an echo.
When is the press conference? And where is it? And do we need to do press releases
For what?
for our press conference?
We don't know, we haven't even discussed it yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know that Senator Gopal, he has automated reply even when he's a CC, obviously, on something. So he CC'd automatic reply that he got Susan's letter. That means he knows what's going on. He just read the whole thing, and is probably understanding why I CC'd him. I don't know about Troy, but he got CC'd as well. And Minority Leader Bucco. So then Gopal's probably going to wonder what Minority Leader Bucco got to do with it. Well, he's a co-sponsor, and he was actually one of I think the first Republican co-sponsor. He was there the first time it was out, like pretty quick, within 6 months. And but not, because he's Minority Leader. I mean, it's sort of like he's supposed to be keeping an eye on the majority party. I'm just trying to help him do that, So
Jim, can I just ask you a question before you
Yes.
go on about this? Are you interested in this cannabis convention in AC? Because I will try to get passes, but I gotta know how many I'm gonna try to get.
Nah, not really.
No?
That's not my
Okay.
milieu.
I'll be there.
I appreciate. You know what? I want to double thank you for keeping me in mind because people just automatically assume I wouldn't, and that's not true. But in this case, it is. You know, this the what, the Nikan one? Which one is this?
Yeah,
This is NECAN.
Yeah, that's, the things that I would like represented there can be represented just as well with me having something there for somebody else to be able to put it on a table or whatever. Then I feel well represented. And as far as anything else other than my main kind of only issue, I'm not as well informed. So I do appreciate the offer though, because I usually get skipped over. Not by Steve Cross, but I'm kind of used to it. I got to shake that.
I wouldn't leave you out.
No, I know that. Nobody in Steve Cross. I got to tell you too. I was just kind of wondering how it's feeling now over at CMMNJ, and if anybody ever is looking, tell me. That, like Dan referred to me as being, correctly, as being president of Steve Cross, no mention of board member and co-founder of CMMNJ. And I kind of like that. I would have preferred that, and I didn't ask him to do that. I think he just kind of figured that out. But then, I don't think it's only them. Everybody's taken their foot off the gas pedal with home grow for patients. There's so many other things going on, and it's sort of like, I realize, again, Sativa Cross gets a pass from anything I say about organizations because there's no others quite like CMMJ. There it is, Tony.
What's up?
Yeah,
How's everybody?
okay. We got echo
The whole thing
issues.
is echoing now.
Yeah,
It's me.
yeah.
Yeah, you are too.
Yeah.
Do you hear an echo?
Yes,
Yeah. That was a fake one for me.
Now pinch hitting for Manamoto. You remember that?
Okay, now that's like a really creepy.
Oh no, you got
Oh.
been trying that again.
Liz, can you hear me?
I hear echoes for everyone.
If this was the old days when TVs had antennas, I'd be saying, point it the other way. Wow, that echo really took off.
You're not echoing, Jim.
Yeah,
Liz,
I don't
can
know.
you try to
You weren't either.
Say again, Lefty?
try to mute yourself? How's that?
Yeah, everybody echoing.
Oh my. I don't know.
Now I'm gonna leave and try again. If I leave and the echo goes away, let me know.
Is it still echoing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, it's still there.
I noticed nobody jumped right in to try it, Wishful thinking for.
Was there an echo when I was gone?
Well, it'll be an echo test. Hey, if I'm not, man, damn it.
Still got it here in Louisiana.
I heard Louisiana, Anna.
It's gotta be something with StreamYard.
So
Yeah.
what would sound
Yeah.
like Li's character sound like Echo with the name of Rosanna Zanadana?
Can we do Zoom instead?
Or what about me?
Well, I can't get us on Zoom. I'm not a Zoomer.
Huh?
Jim said he can't get on Zoom.
Okay, but Google Meet is free.
Huh. Press conference, does that involve getting a room inside the State House? Is that, I didn't hear the beginning of what we were doing.
We didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't hear the beginning of us not talking, or did I?
It was just a one sentence.
Yeah.
Lefty
Okay.
said, maybe we should do a press conference for the State House. And that was about the extent of it.
Okay, I would agree, and I'd say that.
Does anybody have the StreamYard open on two apps?
No.
No?
Wonder if I should try it on my phone.
On two devices? Nobody? That's what my chat GPT said it might be.
Oh,
What did it say?
might
It
be-
says go to StreamYard settings, audio, and make sure the correct microphone and speaker output are selected.
We did that.
Chat GP.
What, was it what, just when I came on and started?
No.
No,
Oh. All right.
no, it's not you.
You know, unless Chat GP's making a joke saying maybe you have two devices open, like that's the echo from two things. That could be a AI joke, you know, a private AI joke. You know, between one AI and another.
It says the mute guest at a time. But I think we kind of did that earlier.
Yeah. Well, in the meanwhile, just to keep the echo going, wow. That one's scary, man. That's like Elm Street or something. Yeah, I think.
Ooh.
Whoa, what is that? Aliens.
I was gonna say make it go away. I forgot I had a volume control.
Lefty came back on.
Hello?
No. Oh, you didn't echo.
No, you're not echoing.
Echo?
Oh, a little bit, but not much.
No. Not like before.
No.
Okay, no. Sue's muted. Lefty's not. Lefty, say something.
Something.
Okay, no echo. That's 4 out of 5. Wait a minute.
Okay, then we gotta talk
Yeah,
fast.
that's 5 out of 6.
All right, let's go. Hi, Tony. How are you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm still having a hard time hearing with.
Okay, okay, the soundboard, say that again?
He's gone for a second, a minute.
Okay. Lefty, is the soundboard connected to what? The input? Is the input connected to the soundboard?
No, there's no soundboard.
No.
There's no echo. They're little.
No, StreamYard.
Really cool. Maybe if we get.
I-
Yeah, it says mute everyone except the host. And then have the host talk. If there's no echo, then unmute guests one at a time until the echo comes back.
You don't have an echo, Tony.
I don't have one?
No.
Okay, so I'm good.
What about me? Do I have an echo?
You don't have an echo, so
Okay.
just unmute each one of them. Oh, I just got a little echo.
Yeah, you got your echo back.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second. I just had my mute on.
Jim, you didn't have an echo, Jim.
No, you don't have
But
one.
you didn't have an echo when I had my mute on. When I had my mute off, you both echoed. I was just curious.
Yeah, I hear you have an echo. All right, going back on mute.
Okay, this is a sign for somebody to speak or tell me if I have an echo, because I can't say, do I have an echo if I have my mic off?
You don't have an echo.
See if I do when I turn my mic.
But Liz had one whenever she just spoke.
Yes, so I must be the problem. the problem child.
Okay, let me walk you through it one time real slow. If I don't have an echo with my microphone unmuted, I'm going to mute it and keep talking, and I need somebody to go yes or no if I have an echo still, because I can't ask you because that would be turning the mic on. So do I have an echo?
Do we have an echo? Do we have an echo? Do we have an
Not
echo?
for Lefty and not for Jim.
All right, well, only
Okay.
Lefty and Jim can talk so far. Who else?
Well, if we let Tony talk and we all mute ourselves, I
Yes,
think
let's
we
make sure Tony doesn't have an echo. Yeah, but no, that won't work. That's like lecturing, and he wants people to ask questions during.
Well, we can
I
ask
can
questions in the chat.
and just unmute
Yeah.
the
No,
question.
I'm not going to do chat questions.
How am I coming through? Have an echo now?
No.
No? Okay.
All right, Tony, go ahead. Talk now. Let's hear it.
I'm
Tell us
drinking
about-
a Crescent THC beverage, 5 milligrams THC, 4 milligrams CBD. So, okay, and so you thank y'all for inviting me back. For like to start off like that, I appreciate that. Telling our Louisiana story over here in New Jersey. So here lately, we had a free mushroom growing workshop at the library. It was we had 32 people signed up. We gave away 25 bags of these grain bags here, which I make myself. And we inoculate them at the meeting, at our mushroom meetup. We meet every 2 weeks at the library. So we got together at one meeting when we inoculated 25 bags like this. Actually 30, I think, because sometimes you get contamination. So we did a few extra bags. And we ended up having 32 people show up, and the people came from New Orleans, like 3 hours away, from Baton Rouge, which is about an hour from Lafayette, and then on the west side of the state, you had some people drive in from Jennings and Mamou. And so, yeah, I was very excited about that. We're just growing. It's a growing group. We've taught many people in the last 2 years here in Lafayette how to grow mushrooms. Sometimes you have parents that bring in their children, and they'll show them how to grow, and then they go home and they buy the Martha tent and everything, and they start growing at home. So it's very exciting, and it's fun building community, and I get so much enjoyment out of the meetings when I look around and there's people talking that just showed up, never met each other. They talking about mushrooms, so. And we keep it just educational and gourmet mushrooms. I do a lot of advocacy work, psychedelic therapy advocacy work, but at the library, it's just mycology and gourmet mushrooms. We just mentioned the law, we have a hallucinogenic plant law in Louisiana that allows us to grow psilocybe mushrooms for decorative purposes. And there's some other psychedelic plants that you find in flower beds and everything. It's a long list of plants, and we can grow them for decorative purposes here. So we make sure everybody knows that, in case they learn how to grow oysters and they want to try and grow some of the psychedelic, they can't produce capsules or teas with it or do anything like that legally. So make sure everybody that comes to the meeting knows that. And then that's all we talk about psychedelics, the meeting. The rest of the meetings is all gourmet mushrooms.
I do have a question for you. I am very hesitant to do mushrooms. Is that specifically what you work with, and the different types of mushrooms and how to consume them? Like I don't eat regular mushrooms. And I don't know, it's just a fungus. It creeps me out, but I really want to try it. So what would you suggest?
You meaning you want to try psychedelic assisted therapy, like, or treat yourself with psychedelics, or you gourmet mushrooms? Which one?
Gourmet mushrooms.
Oh, gourmet. Okay. Well, the easiest ones that we teach in our meetups, we teach how to grow oyster mushrooms, because you can grow them on, like, I think like 100 different substrates, they call it. Like this grain has to be put into some substrate. Once it's colonized, you have to mix it in with some dirt, for lack of a better word. But there's like wood loving mushrooms and then dung loving. But the wood loving mushrooms are what we grow in the library. And we grow oysters mostly, but lion's mane has a lot of it's neural growth factors in it, and it's people. I think I mentioned last time there was a tapping test for checking your early dementia or something, and they gave people to test how many times you can tap your fingers in 1 minute. They tap and then give them lion's mane for a couple of weeks, and they brought them back in and let them tap, and they actually increased their taps. So there's a lot of good health
Oh,
benefits in lion's mane, and it's non-psychoactive. It's delicious too. You can.
Yeah, they are good. I use lion's mane. I like it. I like it to cook with, and I just saute with olive oil and garlic, and
Yeah,
then whatever else is going along with it. But
yeah,
they are really good.
and they're easy to grow.
yeah, I know nothing about them, but I want to, it's one of the few things I have not done. I've
Would
done,
like the entry level for you, Liz, might be just getting a fruiting block, what they call, that's already been mixed together and all that other stuff's done. And when you get it home, all you do is cut an X in the plastic bag and spritz it with some water for several days, and then the mushrooms are go ahead and blossom out right there. And then you can harvest them, and then you can get a second harvest. They call a flush in the mushroom mycology world. You get one flush as the first, grow, and then you harvest that, and you rehydrate the fruiting block, or just keep spraying it, missing right there where you pick the mushroom at, and another mushroom will come in a couple weeks, so you can get kind of two harvests.
Are they
Liz,
available
you can buy the blocks online. I did it last year. I grew them on my deck. And it's pretty, it's pretty easy. The only thing is what I did wrong was I forgot about them for a couple of days. And like you said, you got to keep misting them and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, you have to kind of tend to it a little bit. It's not quite as hard as maybe a garden, but you do have to give it some care. They need a lot of humidity, air. Like that's why people put them in a Martha tent and grow them in there, because you're pumping in humidity, and they
okay.
actually they'll absorb some of that humidity into them. The
And I
90%.
have one last question.
Mhm.
Um, edibles and I don't do well with them. I need a lot. I don't know if I don't have that specific whatever it is, or if it's because I don't have a gallbladder, because I can't, break down the fats. So I need an exorbitant amount of milligrams to feel any effect of any kind of edible. Would this be the same as the mushrooms? Would I have that same effect?
Well, the gourmet won't have any psychoactive effect, but the psychedelic mushrooms, those normally they're gonna maybe not do quite as good with someone taking antidepressants and stuff. I think you got to avoid them if you have certain antidepressants, because it blocks serotonin, and the psilocybin is basically a serotonin.
Yeah.
Looks almost the same, I think, the schematic of it. So with mushrooms, yeah, most people, I think you can have a bad experience if you take too much. So the only thing I could recommend, just start slow and low.
Low and low. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for answering all my questions.
Sure.
And Liz, you can use one of those little scales to weigh. Okay, so
Yeah.
like a high dose of psychedelic mushrooms would be 4 grams. So if you go somewhere in between, and Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you go somewhere in between there, you see how you feel.
Yeah.
I
I've
did
done
that.
4 milligrams.
4 grams, not
Yeah,
milligrams.
4 grams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody had sent me some chocolate with the mushrooms, and
Okay.
it was
Yeah, it's like there's three different levels of what they call like a micro dose, which is non-perceptual. Your phone might look a little brighter when you look at it, or the nature, you just enjoy the day a little better. That's like 0.25 grams, quarter of a gram to a half a gram of powdered mushroom. And then if you want to go to like the museum dose or the recreational dose, where you're not going to have to be worry about your setting, like you don't want to be at a festival and take 4 or 5 grams. So 1 gram, you're just going to be like, yeah, it's kind of like drinking a few beers or something. You're just going to feel a little bit more effect.
more
And then
zen.
And they
yeah, and then
help you sleep too. Like you'll get a really good night's sleep if you go in that middle road, not up to the 4 grams, but somewhere in between there. But
yeah.
you know what? You brought up a point though about you don't have a gallbladder, and yeah, that might be. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then in different types, Liz, there's some mushrooms like the Panaeolus cyanus, it's an exotic type mushroom. Those, like if you take 1 gram of pancyne and 1 gram of golden teacher, you'll have totally different experiences. Because like that 1 gram of the pancyne is like 3.5 to 5 grams of it's depending on who you are, I guess, and how much you take it. And you build tolerance too. If you take mushrooms 3 or 4 days in a row, it's like it doesn't even feel like it's working anymore. So they do like a break, like
Yeah.
3 on, 2 off, 3 on, 2 off. With the
That
mic.
was back in the day when we used to do mescaline.
Oh yeah,
You could not trip 2 days in a row.
that's a long, like 8 hour trip for mescaline.
Yeah,
I've never had that, but ayahuasca's pretty.
I did ask it once, and that was a bad trip, a great adventure. We decided to go see Ted Nugent, and when we decided, he was already home in bed. And it was just a terrible experience, and I never did it again.
Yeah, I've heard people say that before.
So I gotta ask a question then, I guess, Liz, about gallbladder, because I had mine taken out. It almost exploded. I was lucky to do it arthroscopically, I understand. And I get high on edibles. I don't mean like laid back high. I get really centered high. I mean exactly what I like about it. And then take a couple of puffs, and it just kind of keeps it at a controllable kind of level till I want to have some more. But I microdose not a lot of psilocybin. Tom, John had the rest of them, right?
Yes.
Anyway, and I didn't feel profound effect like being high, but it was like all the static was removed. Not an audio static, just there was clarity, and it wasn't like brighter or anything, because I've also had a real lot of mushrooms. I mean, more than I would have wanted the first time I did them, and but then after that, it's I mean, I've done LSD a few times back in the day when you could get window pane, which was like really clean, and I didn't like that much, because I felt not like a loss of potential control. You know what I mean? I didn't like thinking I know there's somebody right behind me because I can hear their steps and stuff, and doing all, but psilocybin, the mushrooms was always just a pleasant experience, except the first time, only because I thought I was in somebody else's house. I was having such a nice time laying on a bed, listening to Eat a Peach, Allman Brothers, and it was like kind of new then. And I noticed I liked the wood beam ceiling, and I realized I don't have that ceiling like that. I don't know anybody with a ceiling like that. Uh-oh, but I'd forgotten. I just got to Florida the day before, and we went kicking cow shit and picking mushrooms on a nice dewy, wet morning at sunrise. So this was like a different house than I'd been in when I was there. So, that's understandable. I guess, it's kind of funny in the end, I suppose. But it was wonderful after that. It was just like, and so I guess the question would be like, does that affect if I wanted to microdose? Is the gallbladder a factor one way or
No,
the
the
other?
gallbladder is not. I just looked it up. Okay.
Wow.
The gallbladder only stores bile.
It took so long to ask, she got the answer before I was done.
So it's not the
I
gallbladder?
gotta shorten shit
No.
up.
So it's you. It's just you. It's just, your
I
tolerance is
did
different.
feel,
Yeah.
the microdose, I didn't want to feel it. I just wanted it I wanted to see if there was a difference. And it was, okay, I remember how I explained it to Tom, the guy who provided it. And I said, like, in my carnival of a head, when I'm forming an a thought, a sentence, there's word choices, forks, no, yes, no, yes. I mean, it's done like that. It's like a natural thing, but that actually kind of is my process, I'm sure. But I could see these words coming so clear. I didn't have any pauses like that. I wasn't looking for answers. It was almost like I could listen to what I was saying at the same time I was saying it, and judging myself like, man, this is really easy, And it wasn't even occurring to me like it wasn't like I took a microdose and hunkered down to see. I was just set it and forget it, But and it was kind of like that in the follow-ups. I did I just did a two day and then like a week off and then a 2 day. I was just like try not to use it all up anyway. But then I found someone that got a cousin. He had a real good. It works great for him, and he has a need for things go on in his head. And it was nice when I hear that. I'm like, well, here you can have the rest of what I got, And it's funny that I didn't really look at it as such a shortcut to somebody who needs better mental health or therapy or anything going on like that. That, as I come to understand, clinicians that use that consider it kind of a nice, pleasant shortcut from point A to point B in some people, where you'd get there on a more meandering path, but this just sort of, and if I can take it, not from people who heard of it, from people who practice it, that's amazing. I don't know if I'd like to be able to do that with cannabis, but I think I do. I psychoanalyze myself, and I know when I'm doing good, because I do not like the answers I'm getting sometimes. I don't. I figure, well, I wouldn't make that shit up in my own head to not like it, so maybe that's how it is. When it comes from somebody else, you can trust the same thing I could have, That makes
I would
sense.
love to pick your brain. I really would learn, because this is something I want to learn about and share what I learned with other seniors and so on. Like, this is our gen. Because everybody did shrooms back in the day but me. Because to me they were a fungus. But I'm really interested in growing them.
Yeah, you can get these all in one grow bag. Liz, you can get the bags with the substrate and the grain together, and then you order the liquid culture. Or the best thing to do is get liquid culture from like Full Canopy Genetics is the one I got some liquid culture from, And they sell the bags too, the all-in-one bags, but you just spray it with alcohol. There's a little rubber patch on the bag. You spray it with alcohol, and then you take the needle out, and it's sterile. It's a brand new needle. It comes shipped separate from the syringe. You open the little pack, put it on, stick it in there, and I usually just kind of press in the bag so it makes a little puddle, and I'll leave the alcohol puddled up on the little injection port, and I'll go in there with about 2 of the 10 cc syringe, about 2 cc's of it, and about a month or so, month and a half maybe. I don't. Some mushrooms grow quicker than others, and then you want to make sure it's in the right temperature and humidity. Some little things you can do to make it grow faster. Like I have some growing in my room, and if I put them close to the air conditioner, it only gets 75. I put them in a big storage tub, these bags, and I keep my thermostat at 76, but it'll get 76 if I put it closer to the room closest to my return air. So I put it on the south side of my house in another bedroom where it stays a little warmer because it's and it stays about 77 degrees in the box back there. So because it's right in front of a window, it's not getting direct sunlight. I have a towel over the tub just to kind of hold that temp in there. Kind of like in an incubation stage, when you first inoculate the bag. And then the conditions, after the bag gets colonized, you just break this stuff up. The grain, it's going to be solid white. And you mix it all together with the dirt on top. And then put your bag on the counter and you could get it out of that box and just put it in a closet somewhere on the top shelf and keep an eye on it. And they'll fruit right inside the bag. So that's the easiest way. Because you can make tubs, plastic tubs and grow in all that. You can buy the tubs to grow in. But these bags are so easy, and you don't have the tub sitting around when you're done. You just throw the bag away.
I've seen some things where people get like I want blocks of wood, and they grow them like through the cracks in the wood.
Yeah, you can do that out. Inoculate a log. What they'll do is you need a log that's like 2 weeks old from being cut. You don't want something that's been sitting around a while because the other fungi will have So the tree fights off that stuff when it's living. So if you get one that's 2 weeks old, the log, and you drill you some holes in there, and you got to, instead of grain, you take some hydrated wood plugs, and you put your say lion's mane, you colonize those wood plugs, and then you drop them in those holes that you drilled in that log, and you put a little wax on top of it, and you put it out in the backyard. And it takes about a year that way. In a bag, you can grow lion's mane in a month or so. But out in the outdoors, it's gonna take a while for it to colonize that log. But it'll feed off that log for 2 or 3 years. You can go out there and at the right time and humidity outdoors, the lion's mane will start fruiting. Down here in Louisiana, we see lion's mane in the like fall and winter months more. So it's a cooler weather mushroom, but. Yeah, that'd be a thing to do if you have your own yard. You can inoculate some logs. You'll have lion's mane for 2 or 3 years.
Huh. Interesting.
Till they eat all the log.
Yeah.
And they are good. They are good. They're tasty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I just grind it up and smoke it?
Not lion's mane. No.
No. You can make a tea with it.
What else can I do with it?
Well, cook it. They put a little Worcestershire sauce. We call it down in Louisiana. It's Worcestershire sauce. but up in New Jersey, it's Worcestershire sauce, right? Worcestershire. Yeah. You put some of that and fry it like a steak in a pan. And it loses a lot of the moisture. It's 90% water, so you get all the moisture out. And you sear it on these. Down here we make crab cakes with it. You make just like the ingredients you would use in a crab cake, and you take the lion's mane and shred it, put it in just a dry skillet till the water falls out, and then you mix it all with your crab cake, your vegetables, onion, and whatever,
That
and
sounds
roll it in
so
some
good.
crumbs, and then fry it. And I prefer fresh crab, but they say it tastes like crab.
And they're not psychoactive?
No, no, ma'am.
I prefer the psychoactive.
I love mushrooms and I love crab cakes. That just sounded so good. And, Kathy used a lot of mushrooms in cooking anything, a lot of sauces and things. Just you can pretty well throw that and a couple other things, and if there's a heap of mushrooms in there, it just makes everything else better. So, this has got more interesting for me. It just sounds like I can't handle regularly watering plants, much less keeping track of something like this. But Liz, go ahead and see how you do at it, and if I see you start like that, yeah, I can do it. Somebody that I'd be starting from zero too.
Yeah, the growing isn't the issue for me. It's going to be swallowing them. It's a mental thing. I was a nurse. Mushrooms are fungus.
Yeah.
I just, it's a mental block.
Yeah.
If I don't know it's in there, then it won't matter.
Okay, that's why I don't want to know it's in sausage, hot dogs, scrapple, and things like that, because I really like them. I'm not going to have any competition in my head for that. I get it, scrapple. I know where they got the name. Oh man.
Now, if I could do something like that, mix it up, like tonight I had teriyaki kibasi, and, with sauteed onions and maybe those mushrooms.
Why did I hear about lion's mane? I didn't know lion's mane was a mushroom, and I heard about it until I heard about, it's a mushroom. I didn't know that. I heard more like, what benefit is that for people that take it for, health? I mean, I know it helps with a lot of things, right? I have no idea what it is. It's lion's mane. It's a mushroom, and I'm almost high.
They're a little weird looking, the lion's mane. They don't look like your typical mushroom.
Yeah. But
they're
does
thicker.
it have a physical beneficial effect is what I'm asking.
But they're good for you.
They're good for you.
Good for your mind.
I've seen them in weed, in like a pre-roll.
Yeah, but, just kind of curious, because I love mushrooms for the way they I haven't found a mushroom I don't like. I mean, the way people prepare them to eat, not one. And a lot of things, it's like it's not like I don't like them, but they don't have a lot of flavor, like zucchini. I like the way it's prepared and all that, but just sort of, even if it was by itself with a little, I don't know, it doesn't, I don't object to it at all, but man, mushrooms, I just love them all. Can't get enough of. As a matter of fact, when I was in Oklahoma, there's a bar that had a really good section in it where they made stuff to eat, including deep fried mushrooms. And I would end every night with that. I'd actually, I don't want to get mushrooms, I'll just get them and go home now. I mean, or just eat them there. And they were never expensive either, too, so I guess I kind of got hooked on them then. Yeah. Now I don't eat till 6:30, and tonight I'm waiting till we're done here to eat, so I have a complete empty stomach, and this mushroom talk is making some noise. I don't get hungry like normal, so it's just, it's how I keep trim. I don't gain weight, I don't look good. I don't look good like a ketchup bottle, man. I see some pictures of me at 194 pounds and 20 pounds less, I'm just more comfortable.
Well, I don't have much of an appetite either, but I'm Manjaro because the prednisone is upping my blood sugar. But I've lost 50 pounds. I still have another 30 to go, but
That's got to feel good.
yeah, so I'm never hungry.
Tony,
No,
I thought I saw that you were doing something with the VA recently. You were arguing some points and I was interested in hearing about that a little bit more.
With the VA, it was is a video you saw me testifying at the Capitol maybe with I had a
Yes.
veterans hat. It was a Veterans Action Council cap that I had on, a garrison cap.
Right.
Yeah, that meeting was back at a mental subcommittee on the mental health crisis we have in Louisiana, and it was more centered. Most of the testimonies that was being, it was more like treatment centers and all that were from Louisiana was in there trying to say they could help mental health. So I sat through a lot of testimony on that one video, but I told them, if we can brew beer at home legally in Louisiana, but we can't grow cannabis or mushrooms to treat us. We can brew something that's going to possibly harm us, if we get too much beer in us. But for mushrooms and cannabis, it's a felony to grow it. So I
Here.
told them all that, and then, but I've been testifying. When I got back I went to a 2019 psychedelic conference in Phoenix, and when I lived in Tucson, and I learned a lot about the plants and all the different classic psychedelics like peyote, ayahuasca, mushrooms, DMT, all that. It was like a 2-day conference. So when I got back here in Louisiana, there wasn't, no one talking mushrooms or anything like that. And I researched the law and I found the psychedelic plant law. But I did several testimonies over there at the Capitol. I've been to DC with the Heroic Heart Project and Healing Breakthrough. They invited me to go up and testify in front of. I didn't testify. I'm sorry. We met with Senator Kennedy, one of our senators from Louisiana, with his office staff, and discussed psychedelic therapy, and Speaker Johnson's staff. It was actually an active duty military guy. And, I told him, I said, the VA needs to be proactive and set up psychedelic therapy for their clinics. Because when we go to the VA clinic, it's just a little, doctor's room, and you're in there 5 minutes, you're out. But they need a space that they can keep somebody there for 6 to 8 hours maybe, and have one or two nurses, sit with them in case they have some traumatic experience surface or something, So the VA needs to get gears turning, and they have several psychedelic research programs. They just announced today. I posted something on my Louisiana Veterans for Medical Cannabis Facebook article about up in Oregon and Washington, and several VA health centers around the country are doing psychedelic research right now. So I want to feel like that maybe that trip up there helped with some of that, get that rolling with the VA. But yeah, and I've been advocating at the Capitol for 8 years, on for cannabis and psychedelics. So we'll get there sooner or later. We have the psychedelic research law that Louisiana got this year, so it's a huge step forward. Once they do the research, they can let their guard down. Because like Liz was saying, everybody that hears mushrooms, they think either psychedelic mushroom or poisonous mushroom. The red flags go. I remember when I first scheduled some meetings at the library. They were like, you can't bring anything illegal over here. And like my Acadiana Reddit, I would try to post about our meetings. It's like, no, that's psychedelic. I'm like, no, we're growing gourmet mushroom. But
how long did it take to get the psychedelic research law passed from the time somebody wrote it? Give or take.
I'm having a hard time picking you up with the feedback.
I might be coming from here, actually.
Yeah, Yeah, now it's gone. Sue and Liz got their mics. I can hear you good now. Go ahead and ask again.
Um, I was curious about how long it took to get the research law because having been advocating for medical cannabis for 36 years, half that time was there's no research. Well, there's no research to prove it. There's no research to prove it. And then it just the ease of which, in matter of factness, well, we got a research law. It's just like you said, yeah, you're in the door. You just don't know when it's going to open. But you know, and as time consuming as that can be, again, 36 years, and you know, there always was research, but you know, the fact that it was, well, if it's not a double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical crossover test of a gold standard, you know, it just got like pushed to the side. So, Sue, do we have psilocybin research going on in New Jersey? I don't really understand if we have.
I don't know. I don't know about Jersey. I know they're doing research in Colorado.
I haven't heard about, you know, because the Coalition for Medical Marijuana.
From what I understand, there are 3 different research facilities that are going to be opening for psilocybin. 1 or 2 of them are hospitals. I heard this a while ago.
Yeah, but they're opening, yeah, they're going to be opening in conjunction with the fact that we're going to be starting this, you know, that whole plan. It's all tied together. I'm talking about just somebody wanting to research it in a state that didn't have any plans, you know.
Colorado's doing a lot of research. Hopkins is doing a lot of research.
That's great.
Let me think.
Names of people respect.
Colorado is really the front runner, I think, with the research, at least from what I know.
So it's almost like there's no cannabis research
No.
going on.
There's cannabis research, but
But
they're
I
just
mean,
not talking
there's so
about it.
many, there's so many things we're finding out. To me, I don't care so much about. Every time I hear of another thing, you know what else it
It's
helps?
another distraction, I
Yeah,
know.
that's to me the research to lead to where people have it, not you know, the other way around. Well, now that everybody has it, let's research it, you know, and now that you know it's available, and it just felt so wrong for sick people to be denied research. Let's just say the MS Society and MS in particular, because it was certainly known. You know, by 1978, it was a deal with Journal of the American Medical Association and the MSS Society, kind of covering it up. So, like that was all about getting the research done. You know, so anyway, I really like that the research is not hard a concept for people to understand about psilocybin, you know, and mushrooms, something they understand, because it'll kind of lead to quicker acceptance, you know. I mean, for people that are kind of, you know, when people they trust, like the research, the institutes Sue just mentioned, yeah, you want to hear about John Hopkins or something like that, yeah, this is nice. And that's good, again, because I don't know, sometimes I feel sorrier for somebody that could really use psilocybin than somebody that really needs cannabis. And I know it doesn't make sense necessarily, except for the times in my life when I have had trouble within my own mind and I know I was having trouble. You know, it was from events. I mean, it was like things happening, but the reaction was not what I would have expected of myself, you know. You know, one, finding out I wasn't quite the person I thought I was by somebody telling me take a hike that I never thought would have. When in my 20s, you know. But then I learned the fragility of something just so small going wrong in your brain, the effects compared to pain I'm feeling, you know. pain I understand. The rest, and if it helps therapy speed it up, you know, I'd probably be more interested in that than cannabis after we get homegrown. You know, after we get that, it'd be like, I might actually be more interested in, you know, if I can be of any help there. And, you know, in part because of the that story between Cheryl's son going to Amsterdam for Ibogaine, which is, of course, you know, a parallel sort of concept. People, you know, if they're going to be okay with understanding one has some potential incredible benefits, it wouldn't be put off by the other one, you know. So, are we good?
Yeah, well, it flew through. You asked how long it took to get the research. It passed like with flying colors, the research bill down here.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, but I agree. They should have research on cannabis.
Oh, yeah. I think
There
it's
is
always
research.
there, you know?
Yeah,
It's just that, you know, there's all these roadblocks, political roadblocks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough research. There really is. You know, I don't know what else someone wants. You know.
I got sort of something else I wrestle with at this point in I almost said career, because it's been more of my life than any job I've ever had, and longer than any relationship I've had with any human being spent, you know, just fighting with this. And oh shit, I forgot why I just got lost in how that felt, and that kicked it out of my head. I might not be able to finish it. It'll come right back to me. This is not the kind of thought that left my head that it's gone.
We're stoners.
It's just the shock of it disappearing while I was talking. Where's the words? There's no train.
Now I forgot what I was going to ask.
See, I have that effect though. You got an excuse. You know.
Yeah, that went over my head too.
I'm going to turn my volume down for a second. I'll remember it.
Okay, so
What the hell was I going to ask?
if you really want to see any of the research, you know, go on Hopkins. They're the leaders as far as you know, any kind of accepted research studies going on, because they're Hopkins.
Well, not only that, it was in the American Pharmacopoeia from 1850 to like 1937, I believe. It was being used, cannabis was being used, you know, so.
You know, I have a younger brother that when he was a little kid, he probably in this day and age would have been diagnosed with ADHD, and I don't really like all those labels. However, he was like nonstop, you know, and I remember my mother telling the pediatrician about, like, you know, what was going on with him, and they gave him a tonic. And so my other brother and I, of course, you know, we were nosy and we had to see what was in the tonic, and the tonic it said cannabis sativa. So, you know, and that's let's say Richie is how old? So that had to be like somewhere in the late 60s.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
I know.
That echo, I don't know if you all heard it, that could be because of me again, or maybe. Anyway, yeah, what I was lost in thought before, and it just left my head, was the fact that as long as it took, we were right and they were wrong all along. Oh, that's almost a chant. We were right, they were wrong all along, whatever. Anyway, but that's true. They don't know. They don't get to back away like, okay, you know? No, certain people. Where's George D. Fernanda now, the Commissioner of Health that met Cheryl? They were at a meeting with Governor Whitman High School auditorium, and we went and we got to meet him and all. And he's the man that was keeping things from then going anywhere in New Jersey for any concept like this, because he said that it's the opinion of the Department of Health that there are alternatives in prescription medicine to cannabis that work better than cannabis in virtually every case. It's their opinion, and I took issue with it. And it turns out, if the head of, I mean, I see it happening at the freaking federal level now, head of a department makes a statement that this is true, it's their opinion. It's the opinion of the entire department, even if it just popped into that person's head. And I found that out, and he's like, yeah, that's, you know, I mean, not in front of Cheryl. Okay, that was weird. Then it probably has something to do with me and everything's else.
Aliens.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, you all gotta, wow, they gotta be muted while I'm talking. Oh, look out. Oh, no, you can't, nobody can say, when will it end, right? It was, I know that George D. Fernando is employed by Princeton University now, spouting some whatever he's talking. And he's probably like on the rails, good rails now, but no. We had events at Princeton about this. I walked through Princeton when I pushed Cheryl's wheelchair on the big long walk to Washington, New Jersey part and all that. And I think that there's students there that might want to question him about this. They might want to say, we want you to talk with Jim Miller. We've come to understand this history that you have together. We want you to do this, you know. I think you, because of all that he said. But it's not just him. What about Dr. Reingold for the MS Society? I mean, the people that haven't died, they're around somewhere. You know, I mean, not like David Evans, Terry Farley died, but it's like I've got to at least pick one or two and go back. I mean, you know, I mean, it's not like going to high school reunion and now I'm bigger than the bully or something. I'm just, I'm curious, is there a human side to it where a person could say, why? You know, is there always extenuating story? I mean, you know, when you're the head of the Department of Health, Jim, okay, admittedly, I know nothing about that. But my question to you is, should I just let it go, or is there some merit in that? Now I'll mute myself, and you can.
Well, let go. What do you want to let go?
Well, oh, there's the echo. It's we're right, they're wrong. It's not going to help what I'm doing. It's not going to make it more right. It's not going to help patients get home grow. You know what I mean? It's not going to move the needle. And, you know, I know in my own head, I said, well, then wait till you're comfortable, and when you're stepping back, find out. They're going to be dying, too. And, you know, that makes it even worse. It's like, no, I want to get them before they die. Well, why? You know, it's one more thing of consternation. I have enough. I've had a lifetime plateful. And you know, I'm to a part where I can compartmentalize now, and I have good days when they really normally would have been bad, because a lot of that's just up here. And I do like somebody saying, yeah, why you want to, that's not go back. Maybe I'll do just one, you know, maybe that'll do. I shouldn't look at it like more than one. I would say, well, I'll put my foot in that water. I know he's still at Princeton, you know, and Princeton's not that far from here. What would I do? So as soon as we get this bill heard, you know, I'm not going to do anything else, because if it takes time away from that. But that's my next thing. First time that bill gets posted for a hearing, finally, after all that, man, I'm going to go to work on George D. Fernando in Princeton. All right. Okay, that was very therapeutic for me. You may all turn your things on, I'll turn mine off. There's an echo being caused somehow here. It's related here. Not necessarily caused, exacerbated though, at least. Okay. Go ahead, turn your...
So what do you have going on next?
Okay, no echo. That's one. It might not be me. Go ahead, Tony, Sue, weigh in. I want to see if you echo. Maybe you can't hear me. Say something.
I think he's frozen.
Echo.
Echo.
Mute.
Well, let me
Mute.
turn mine off and see. No, everybody else turn theirs off. Okay, for the rest of the night, you guys got to keep yourself muted while I talk. That'd be a short night, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is, I'm making fun of myself, obviously. What's the word? What do you call it when you do that, when you're saying something, but it sounds like defecating, but it's not that word? Just being, okay, I'll find out. I got an answer machine too.
Lefty, don't you have some questions
Self
for our guest?
self-effacing, is that it?
I think I might have asked you this question, but what's your favorite munchie food besides mushrooms?
Munchy food, I guess. Down here, I don't know if y'all ever heard of boudin. Boudan, Dain, I think is what it was. It's like a sausage with cooked rice and ground pork inside with some green onion, and we eat that down here like like you would eat sausage. Boudin. We have festivals down in Louisiana, boudin festivals. So that's kind of my favorite little munchy food.
What are some of the
Sounds
best?
delicious.
What are some of the best ways you can cook mushrooms?
Well, I boiled some in some shrimp the other day. I grew some oyster mushrooms and I got some fresh shrimp and did boiled them. But oysters are really good fried, like in the fish fry you mix them up and fry them with some corn batter on them. We talked about the lion's mane steaks and crab patties. I guess that's about the only mushrooms that I've really ate much other than the button mushrooms, But
Well, now I'm starving. When was the first time you took mushrooms, and what was it like for you the first time? How old were you?
geez, I must have been, I guess, in high school, and it wasn't really. It was just an experimental thing. Just grab some off a cow patty. It wasn't like a ceremony or like a whole session. It wasn't enough to be heroic dose is what they call 3.5 gram to 5 gram. It wasn't that much. It was just about a gram at a time. But it wasn't legal when I did it either. It's still not in Louisiana. I mean, but
It's not legal here either.
yeah, still. I've testified we can brew beer. We should be able to grow a healing plant. The way because what's going to happen with them, all them researchers, a lot of them is just going to use a synthetic psilocybin, which is not the same as a plant has a lot of entourage, different chemicals. When you extract just the active, psilocybin out of that, you don't, it's like weed, when you get this high THC vape pen that is just THC, and then you smoke on that all day, then get home and smoke a joint with all the different cannabinoids, you have a different experience. Same thing with mushrooms.
This has got to be a StreamYard thing because it's the echo is intermittent. It's more here than not, but
It is.
yeah, it's got to be a StreamYard thing.
It's totally a StreamYard thing.
I already had my laptop at the Geek Squad, so I'm clean.
I seem to have an effect when I'm talking and you all, when you're muted, it doesn't happen. But if I'm talking and you all turned yourself back on, it's probably going to keep echoing. So,
Yeah, but sometimes when two of us are on, it doesn't do it either.
Unmute. See, right there, you unmuted yourself and the echo came back. So while I'm talking, everybody unmute. Go ahead, just unmute all at the same time. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, and then is it still, is it echoing now?
Yep.
Yeah, now turn it off and see if it stops. Is it echoing now? No. It's me that has to shut up.
Not at this moment, you're not.
Yeah, but it's reacting to me turning this on. I don't know if I've been doing it. When you said it was intermittent, I'm like, yeah, because if you're not watching my thing go on and off my mute button, it's not like it's
I'm
red.
watching.
Yeah. See? I got mine still on. You turned yours so you could say something, and as soon as you did that, you echoed to me because I was still on. If I turned it off and you said,
Okay, so turn yourself off. Okay. So I'm not echoing now. Right? Okay.
okay, yeah, that's what that means in mime talk. I thought I had it made here. You know, I wanted to talk to you there, and I turned it off, and we suggested you did it, and it started going again. Yeah, it's going through here somehow. Go ahead, try to tell me it's not, and it'll come out as an echo. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're echoing.
Double hog. Yeah, me and I had a really good dose of edible. Basically, it's the food grade balm, and I really enjoy it. With a
Now I'm off mute.
and I'm just kind of having fun doing this. So you know, but I learned something about mushrooms, the kind I get to eat that taste good in dinner. And you know, it's almost like you should want to grow mushrooms because you really like mushrooms. Just like I really love pie, and I want to make a pie one time in my life before I die. She says it's real expensive. I want to make a pie. I've always wanted to make a. I love pie. You know.
Pie?
Yeah, I mean, I used to help Grandma when I was a kid, and she'd do the strips across the top, and with this on the dough and everything, you know. And but it got, I guess, so expensive to do, and normally I'm too lazy, but every now and then it's like, and it's gonna be blueberry. Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to take off because this is making me crazy.
Yeah, I do that.
It really is, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry it's happening.
I could be,
Um,
I could be used as
But I would love to keep that conversation going. I'd love to learn more as much as I can. So thank you so much. Guys, have a good night, and hopefully with me leaving, maybe that'll help. So have a good night, everyone.
Bye, Liz.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's try now.
Oh,
Am I echoing? No.
bet you are now.
You are.
But I'll bet your laugh stops echoing now.
Bet I am too. Maybe, maybe not.
Okay, try it again, Lefty. I'll get you. Go ahead.
I don't think I'm joking.
You're
yes, I am.
echoing.
Okay, never mind.
It's StreamYard.
It happens when when I'm open though. When I close mine, see, I could tell. I'm looking. Everybody's muted. It's working. I'm not muted. If you unmute, you're going to echo. But when
You're echoing.
yeah, you just unmuted yourself.
I know.
And when you unmuted yourself, I echoed. Okay, now.
Well,
Okay,
it's
now
appropriate.
I don't
Okay.
For a
have
show
one.
about mushrooms, it's appropriate.
I am not
Okay.
capable of
Okay,
this
shut
kind of
yourself
logic.
down now, Jim.
What?
Mute yourself. Okay. I'm not echoing.
How about me?
Nope.
Yep. I hear myself back. And
I
Jim
don't
hears
hear an
me.
echo.
Jim hears my echo. This is so strange.
It's
Jim hears my
StreamYard.
echo, Sue doesn't hear it. Tony
It's
doesn't hear
StreamYard.
it.
I'm like Harpo Marx all of a sudden. What the hell?
Hey.
This is funny. I'm going to send StreamYard this video and show them this is what they did to our meeting.
Yeah, really.
Our
Right
mushroom
now,
meeting.
we're not echoing.
You made our mushroom meeting trippy. How dare you?
Tony, actually, this happened.
I
the
don't
other
know how
day.
to harp on Mark's. Lefty was echoing for me, but not you. Anyway.
Yours echoing just now a little bit. I think Sue had her mic on, maybe. Yeah, if two people have their mic on, we're gonna get some echo.
Let's see.
But you're right, it
Do
is.
we have an
It's
echo?
StreamYard, but
Yeah.
somehow StreamYard's picking up.
I don't hear you, Jim.
Really?
Can't hear you.
Whoa! I didn't move anything else.
I can hear you.
It's the feds.
You can hear me.
The feds are hacked into our meeting.
The governor. We've been harassing her.
Yeah, I just figured there's some 12
Now I
year
don't hear
olds.
Sue.
There's some 12-year-olds sitting around somewhere, like goofing around, grab control because they know how.
I
to
can't
do
hear
this.
y'all.
I don't know.
My video causes an echo.
When me and Lefty were on before, okay, so I'm not echoing right now, right?
See my mute. Look for me to be muted.
You are.
My video causes an echo too.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. You're not
I
echoing.
can't hear you and Sue, Jim.
You're not echoing. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, Sue.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Can't hear you, Jim.
Can you hear me, Sue?
I can hear you.
Sue.
But we're echoing.
Look, I'm pointing to you.
I can hear Lefty when he talks.
This is like way confusing for me.
Wow. Yeah, I'm confused now. This is a great show to do mushrooms.
Yeah, holy shit. Which comedy was it where it looks like I picked a bad time to quit? And there's all sorts of. It was like
That's the first time that ever happened, I guess.
Yeah, let's do mushrooms the next time we do this.
That would be fun.
let's do mushrooms.
That would really be a fun experience to work our way through this. We think we was tripping, man.
Yeah, maybe
I
just
remember
talk
the
about
time
it.
I did do mushrooms standing in front of a mirror.
Yeah, I can't hear Sue and
Was I gonna
Jim.
watch
I
my
can hear you,
face
Lefty.
melt? I was watching my face melt. That's what was going on.
Oh, he can't hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me, right?
I've had
I
a
can hear
face melt
you.
mirror. Thing is, I learned way early, never look in a mirror when you're doing any kind of trip. Just don't look in a mirror and don't eat cake. Don't eat cake. It'll be on you. You cannot eat cake tripping and not get some on you. Impossible. No, it didn't happen to me. I was the one not eating cake, and I watched somebody dare to eat. Next thing you know, man, you look like a clown with it all over himself. And then he had a bad trip, and the other guy had to take him home. And that left me with a room full of about 6 girls, because there was like 4 of us guys, and they didn't know we were tripping. They didn't get high or nothing, And all of a sudden, one of them freaks out, and and the other guy, and he drives them away, and they're left with me, and they asked me what's going on, and I explained it to them. And then they all looked at each other and went, "Are you doing acid too?" And that was the creepiest acid moment of my life, It's like they were scared, and I had to call for a ride. I didn't know how to use
I
it.
like tripping. I thought it was fun.
I'm not suited for it, I guess. I mean, totally. I like the kind of trip, if you even want to call it that, from psilocybin. But
It
acid,
had its time and place, though. It really did. Like I wouldn't want to start tripping today on acid.
oh no.
And you know what? And now, even though we didn't know what we were getting back then, now I'm even more suspicious. I wasn't suspicious back then. I just did whatever. But now,
I was very impressed in North Carolina State that there was a guy that was like really smart, like chemistry wise and stuff, and he bragged that he could make LSD. Somebody bet him he couldn't and gave him really long odds. He goes, man, I think back in, it was like in 1970. So saying like, I'll bet you $100 you can't, and if you're wrong, you got to pay me $1. Well, that's 100 to 1 odds bet, and he did it, and it was successful. Okay, for $100, the guy lost the bet, but he had like way a lot of LSD, and it was blotter. He turned into blotter acid, and I saw a guy who went by the name of Underwear, not understand. He was making fun, and he tore a piece of like the paper and put it all in his mouth, like making a joke. Everybody freaked out, because he had way too much and he asked to be tied up. It was screwy. Yeah, I wasn't that stupid then. Oh, look at this. Everybody's muted. Nothing's echoing, and I've lulled them into like listening to me talk, and they can't say anything.
Yes, we're listening to you.
Oh, that's right. You can hear me. Never mind. I'm fucking with you. I'm not.
Yeah, just because you turned around doesn't mean we can't hear you. It's like a little kid move.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear anything else saying.
No.
I'm gonna tap out because I can't. I mean, I can't hear you. And yeah, y'all can't ask me no questions.
Understand you.
Tony, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, man. Anytime, man. I'm glad we got to talk.
Yes.
Thanks, Tony.
Me too.
All right. I'm gonna head out.
All
Thank
right,
y'all for
good
having
night.
me.
Thank you.
Okay. Did he take the echo in?
You might- No.
No. Eh,
What the fuck?
well, it's a double fuck. Oh, that was an echo.
You gotta write sweetheart a letter because that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not good. I wonder if anybody reported it to them.
I'm glad.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your account, so you should.
It's 2 meetings in a row.
I know.
So no, this can't come out.
Tell them you're gonna move to Zoom then. Tell them fix this, or this was so easy to use too.
I know.
This.
Yeah, I like this up until now.
Yeah, I like it better than Zoom.
Okay, so I want to thank Matt Hatter, CMMJ, CMMJ.
That wasn't an echo.
See,
CMMNJ. I can't do 2 quick M's and an N. It's 3 M's, and then I try to add the N, and that's too many M's. And CMMNJ.
CMMMJ.
Yeah, it's like Caddyshack when Chevy Chase would putt, and he go no 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 CMMM. Yeah, it's like that. Ooh.
UFCW, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, and SativaCross.org, where you can donate on the shop page. Go to the shop page and you'll see a donate button. You can donate $1 million if you'd like. And our list begins with Cheryl, Sabina, Diane, Gracie, Cindy Mae, Marie, Jack, Joan, Randy, Polly, Bill, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger, Jay, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne, Frank, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jay Bird, Michael, Marley, Colette, Brendan, Red, Rico, Lou, Becky, Lawanda, Chip, Paul, Lisa, Marcus, Gary, Julia, Wayne, Waxy, Joe Marie, Paul, Jeff.
This concludes our podcast.
Tim, did you get your cards?
No, again, I didn't get them as of Sunday, but I haven't, I'm getting them in the weekend home. So I'll let
Let
you
me know.
Yeah, I will, real quick.
This concludes our podcast.
Can't get an echo when you want one. See, that would have been the time for the echo. Get Wayne Barini to echo. That would have been awesome, but he didn't have him anyway.
This concludes our podcast.
Are we doing a real board meeting on Monday or not?
Can we please?
Well, we could do it if it was only one mic open at a time, as rough as
Okay, well, we
did
could use Zoom. I do have a Zoom account.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm writing StreamYard letter because this is bullshit. So they ruined 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so Monday, what time?
7.
7?
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Somebody let Sue come.
Well,
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Okay.
They shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Thank you.
okay.